One of the main questions I've always wanted answered, but obviously never got answered, was what would happen if Grant's Flash, with excellent writing, as in no dips in his speed, no, needing a team to help him or anything like that, in case it's Nate Barry, if he fought Doomsday, what would happen? And that was always something that I really wanted to see happen, but obviously, it'd be kind of difficult to do because he's a Superman villain. Obviously, why would he appear in The Flash? And also the budget, too. I mean, that could be a train wreck waiting to happen. So it really is interesting to think about. And I just wanted to talk about it in a full video because it's like, I do genuinely think about this a lot. And I really want to see everyone's thoughts on this. And let's jump right into the video. Could Grant's Flash hold his own against Doomsday? If the writing is not holding him back, yes. If we're talking about season 8 levels of Barry being the Flash, I believe season 8 Barry could damage Doomsday. Maybe on some level even take down Doomsday. I don't know about killing him. If it's anything like Superman Lois' Doomsday where you kill him and he comes back more powerful, I mean, maybe Barry would then realize like he can't hold back here and he would just go like full on like Super Flash and, kill him nonstop till hopefully he just wears out and, dies, would be I think the presumable thing here. But maybe bring Supergirl in and get Kryptonite Superman or whatever, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I do think legitimately though that it really is interesting to think about seeing how powerful Grant's Flash really truly is. And Doomsday is always powerful no matter what iteration you look at. And it's like, well, we know that Thawne beat Superman once in the Arrowverse. So like Barry could beat Superman and Supergirl. I know Doomsday's more powerful than those two in most cases, but we'll say that Barry can't handle a fight between them two. I mean, it'd be really cool to watch. I mean, can you imagine Barry running speed of light and just, running around Doomsday fighting each other for probably hours at a time? I mean, that would be insane to watch. And again, it'd be really cool. I mean, seeing, a whole struggle of Barry being like, when it first started starting, like, yeah, I'm holding back here, but the more and more they fight, Barry just like, let's go more and more and more and more. And by like 30 minutes into the fight, Barry's like full on just letting go. Like he's not holding back anymore. And I think it'd be really cool to see happen. Obviously, we're never going to get this, but it's good to, dream about, but Grant's Flash is, I think, the definitive most like powerful version of the character we've ever seen when he's not being held back by the writing. And if that was the case here fighting Doomsday, I don't think Doomsday could stand a chance against Barry. Power levels. Now, I've already kind of touched on this a little bit, but not going to full depths. Obviously, Doomsday's a Superman villain. To be a Superman villain, you need to be really strong to even pose a threat to Superman. And again, the idea here is that this Barry that we would get fighting Doomsday would be really, 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 really powerful. And just to handle his own against Doomsday would be beyond something that I could never picture happening. But, I think in the Justice League movie where Doomsday was a threat, I don't remember if Barry got his butt handed to him by Doomsday, but you could tell he's being held back by writing. Like a full-on powerful Flash that could do what Nate Barry did, like, generating a lightning storm just by standing still, or outrunning time, or outrunning a nuke like in Season 4, or phasing a nuke like in Season 9. I mean, this Barry is powerful as crap. And Doomsday, again, to be a Superman villain, you need to be really, 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 really powerful. I think this would be a great villain for a powerful Flash to get. And that being said, Doomsday should be like, if this ever were to happen, Doomsday would be full on powerful. And you could even like give him like speedster powers. I don't know how or why, but would it really be a shock if like Lex and Thawne teamed up and made a Doomsday that had like, obviously like Doomsday, like Superman's Doomsday, but like had speed from the negative speed force, something like that? Like it would be really, really cool to see. And then that would pose a bigger threat to Barry on the power level scale of like, this is Doomsday, but like a speedster, and you need to move really, really fast otherwise you're dead. Like, and again, it'd be really cool to watch. I'm saying really cool a lot, but it would be cool, like, to see Barry not being held back by writing, full on letting loose, fighting a full on Doomsday. I think would be a really cool Flash story. And it would have fit Grant's Flash perfectly if the writing didn't suck, which, you know, who would have known at that point. Would Barry call in Superman? In the Arrowverse, I think he would call in Supergirl first and then Superman, or maybe he would just call Superman in general. But like in overall scope of DC Universe, let's say like Grant was like the definitive Flash, like all DC, which I think we all want. It would, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, I think Barry would realize like he does need help, and so he would call Clark, if not Kara. Again, in the Arrowverse, it'd probably be Kara more than Clark, but imagine like if this was done in the Arrowverse, right? If it was done like season 10 The Flash, assuming it ever happened, like that would be a really insane Superman and Flash crossover. It really would have brought together Barry and Clark for the first time on screen in live action, at least on this scale, and it would have given Eric Wallace that crossover that he wants to Baylor Tyler, but they never got to do it. You know, it would have really worked. I mean, seeing a powerful Doomsday with a powerful Flash with a powerful Superman, I mean, that would have been one hell of a fight. I mean, you know, and again, a Doomsday maybe having like super speed, having that with Superman and the Flash, like, would be insane if that ever happened. And I would be all here for it. I'd probably be on the edge of my seat watching, assuming it was like really well written, really well done. Yeah, I'd be really impressed with how it all come together. Would have been an amazing Arrowverse crossover. I mean, again, like I brought up already, Superman, Lois, and the Flash could have easily crossed over fighting Doomsday, you know, or just having like Superman show up or Supergirl show up to help Barry fight Doomsday would have been amazing to watch on screen. And honestly, if it would have been the last Arrowverse crossover, it would have been bleeping perfect, if you ask me. I mean, especially for like World's Finest, or, you know, I don't remember what exactly Barry and Clark are in the comics. What, isn't it World's Finest? Or is that Clark and Bruce? That's probably Clark and Bruce. I don't remember. I know Barry, I think in the Arrowverse, like Barry and Clark are like World's Finest, isn't there, or something like that? But you know, if this was the last Arrowverse crossover, again, this no one's talked about this, by the way. It's not like I'm saying like, oh, this was an idea. Like, it wasn't. This is me thinking outside the box. Like, if it's this were to have been the last Arrowverse crossover, I would have loved it so much. I think it would have been so cool to see all that just like play out in a certain way. And I personally would have loved to have seen all of that play out the way it did play out. And just to think about it is enough to get me like really excited to possibly see a fight between Doomsday and the Flash. And one where the Flash isn't being held back, I think would be really, 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 really cool. And I want it to happen. And I know this is a random video, but it's what we're doing because I need content and I don't know what else to do. So, yeah. If this was last Arrowverse crossover, like in season 10 or something, I mean, it would be an amazing crossover. I mean, you know, bring Melissa back, bring Kyler back as the Earth Prime counterparts, make him OP as crap with Barry and fight Doomsday. I mean, Jesus, like, that would be insane to pull off. And again, it'd be really cool to watch happen. So it sucks we didn't really, you know, see that at all, or even see Doomsday in the Arrowverse. I mean, having Supergirl fight Doomsday would have been really cool. Honestly, you know, the budget probably didn't work for them at the time. I think Superman Lois has a much lower budget and it's working for them apparently, so it's just like, you know, but we'll see in season 4 about Superman Lois because they're getting a massive budget dip, so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, that's what's happening. So, but thank you guys so much for the video. Have a good day, have a good night, safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.